Tony Tiegi Moro Manyaka Wach Kai, and I want to say it in the English language. When Matiba was arrested and detained, was he with Ruto or with Raila Amolo Odinga? Was Ruto there? When Rubia was arrested and detained from Muranga, ametoka Muranga, alikuwa watu wa Muranga wote. Ngamono mark give these two patriots, Nen Raila Amolo Odinga. Sasa rafiki wa Kikuyu alikuwa ni Ruto ama Raila Amolo Odinga?
Raila.
Alikuwa Raila ama Ruto?
Raila.
And when Matiba was in England and thinking about coming back to this country and what role to play, the channel he was using all the time was Raila Amolo Odinga. To jokmawa achoni Raila okunyal yudo kura Mount Kenya, koro governors mu biro kae mu neno ka. Jogi dwa biro kae mu ubro war. Godno agwamo muke. Godno agwamo idhe. Toruto omilira mila sani to samibro kwano kura kore kongeyo na hakujua yeye. Finally, I'm asking my brother, the leader of minority in the National Assembly, together me and you, I have seen today a committee of the National Assembly has brought Matiangi to give evidence on this Turkish man. And I want the media to note that since this man was deported, there has been no statement of protest from the Turkish embassy. No note of protest or from the Turkish government because they know his habits. But it has been established that the working documents, that the working permit rather, this Turkish man had was a forged permit. Number two, it has been established that this is a process of money laundering. How can you have business in Uganda instead of leaving Turkey and going to Uganda directly? You pass through Nairobi. They were trying to create a network for money laundering. And, you know, I saw Ramaphosa giving evidence before a commission in South Africa. Kaluma, we must summon Ruto before the parliamentary committee to speak on these matters and give us an answer if he's being truthful. Angene mano kwa makregi mbadi nyang. Yeah. Let him come before that parliamentary committee, both in the Senate and the National Assembly. But I think it has started in the National Assembly. Mondowane thone no kamotere. Watch Mogig. Raila Amolo Odinga does not sit in cabinet. Does not sit in cabinet. Raila does not sit in the National Security Committee. It is Ruto who sits in those institutions. Kangato duaro kelo lokrok ni jopiny. Katahiga chiel, 1 year. 1 year is a long time in the life of a government. I want to say without a fear of contradiction, the language that Ruto is using is the language of autocrats, of dictators in the making. If you had how Mobutu used to campaign, cheating common people with stolen money, it was the same language which is being used by the party of William Samoei Ruto. If you go to Haiti, there used to be a dictator in Haiti called Duvalier. The language is the same language. And the way he wants to radicalize the young people, the person who was best at radicalizing young people was no other than Adolf Hitler. So we got to be very careful. And akwayo ni Nyasaye okonyowa ni no akaw manyasi machir To sani koro Jehova be miwauru manyasi mwadi go kao go serikal ka Raila Amolo Odinga dhi kao muma ni mimi. Angeni ko oma ni joma nyalo chier no ber mang'eny. To joma nyalo tho kambadi be no ber mang'eny. Yawa adier. Ni mitane. Ago jo nyaka ngom. But we pray to God that happens. I wanted to report we had a very good meeting 2 days ago with no less than 15 members of parliament from the mountain. And Moses and TJ, they said next time they would have organized themselves better. They were being led by Mheshimiwa Kioni. But in that meeting they asked, when they go to the mountain,